Hello, and welcome to another Yeldy Battle Reps 40k report. 2,000 points, Imperial Knights with a small sisters detachment versus Salamanders. And Phil's back. Also, we did a 1,000 point game last time, so doubled it for 2,000 points. We're playing Battle Lines from the Grand Tournament 2020 pack. So you can see the 4 objectives. They're the Dark Angels ones. We'll have a look at the armies and get on to deployment. Okay, here's my Imperial Knights and Sisters. Anyone that watches this channel regularly will be familiar with these. So I've got my small patrol attachment. They are not quite Woozy-Wig, unfortunately. The sisters, the 2 sister squads are just bolters. The 2, what are they called? Leaders. What are they called? Superiors. They've both got chain swords and bolt guns. And that's my Canoness, who's got a chain sword and a plasma pistol. They're Valorous Heart, so they ignore -1 AP. That's it. And then Knights, so I've got 2 Armigers, 2 Helverins. They've got Melters on top, not Stubbers. And then I've got my Freeblade. He's Woozy-Wig. And he's got Sworn to Quest, which basically, as far as I can tell, gives him Obsec, which is cool. And Haunted by Failure is his burden. So if I fail, he has to reroll 6s to hit. And he's also got the Relic that gives him a 2+ armor save. And there's my Warlord, which is a Crusader. It's got the Iron Storm Rocket Pod on top, I think, or maybe the Storm Spear. No, Storm Spear Rocket Pod on top. She's got the Iron Bulwark Warlord trait. It's got a 4+ in run and Endless Fury. And then the Warden is just as is. Iron Storm on top, Avenger Gatling Cannon, Chainsword. All the little weapons, so though that's a stabber, they're all melters. Everything's got a melter, apart from obviously the back cannon, which has to have a stabber. They're House Raven, which is a Questa Mechanicus one. And that's it. Let's go and see the Salamanders. Here's Phil's Salamanders. Let's start with the patrol. On the side.
So, Chaplain Warlord, he's got the Master of Sanctity, Wise Orator. He's also got another Warlord trait, Anvil of Strength. So, he's a bit smashy.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Get him killed.
Yeah. Blade Guard.
Okay,
Follow him around. Troops are the Infiltrators.
Okay.
1 squad of Eradicators. Impulsor, just as a shield dome, that's all.
Okay, does that give it an in-run?
Yes, 5+.
5+ in-run. Cool. And then you've got an Outrider.
Outrider, led by the Captain and Terminator armor.
I like that model.
He's got with him Devastator Squad, they're Woozy-Wig.
Last cannon
2
one
layers,
launcher.
2 launchers, because that's what I've got.
Oh yeah, so I thought it was yeah, cool.
Eliminators, they're actually playing Las Fusils.
Yeah, there's no point playing bulk carbines versus Knights, is there?
1 squad of Terminators,
Cool.
as they are.
Have they got a Flamer?
1 Heavy Claimer, yeah.
Heavy Flamer, and then just
2
Storm Bolters.
Fists, yeah, 1
Okay.
cannon.
Cool, then going back, we've got a Redemptor. With the plasma rather than
cannon. Plasma.
Yep.
Suppressors.
They come as they are, aren't they?
Suppressors, yeah. And then the...
Inceptors.
That's the one. 3 separate bikes.
Multi-melters.
Multi-melters. Razorback with the las cannons. And Land Speeder with missiles and another melter.
Wow, you really have come to try and kill some Knights, haven't you?
Yes.
Lots of melters, some las cannons and some missiles.
It'd be nice to kill 1 this time.
Yeah. Have you played Knights before against me? I can't remember.
I killed 1, but it was out of range. We worked out later. I unfortunately cheated.
Well, I accidentally cheated in our last game. So.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, in our last game, against Phil, I played Deathwing and I realised I got it wrong. Like, in the list I brought, my Terminator shouldn't have had Obsec. I got the rules wrong, anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
In the game.
No, anyway, we'll get to deployment and go from there. And here we are deployed. Knights, 2 Helverins here. The Warden and Crusader in the middle. Sister squad on that objective. Freeblade, Crusader there, and other sisters and Canoness. Phil's put his Infiltrators up here. And then he's got the Impulsor, which has got the Blade Guard and the Chaplain. Suppressors and... what's that one called? Razorback. 2 attack bikes. And over this side, there's no one hiding in the ruins, is there? It's just the Dreadnought.
Land Speeder, Dreadnought. There's some Eliminators hiding down there.
Eliminators hiding in there, and then all these ones are in reserve, either in Deep Strike
Strategic
or in
Reserve.
Strategic Reserve, and then Deep Strike Reserve. Cool. Secondaries, I've taken Grind Them Down, Vital Ground, which is the mission specific, and Engage. Phil's taken Retrieve Octarius Data, Titan Hunter, obviously, and Vital Ground as well. So let's roll to see his first turn. This is always the scary bit when you're facing knights. Roll a 1, roll a 1. You rolled a 6. Damn it. I rolled a 5. Damn it. Right, Salamander's going first. Salamander's turn 1 movement, quite aggressive. The Impulsor and Attack Bike have moved up here. Attack Bike in the middle. Infiltrators have moved around. Land Speeders moved up. Dreadnoughts moved up. And Devastators are in the ruin, so they can see out of it. Razorbacks moved over to get the objective. Eliminators have stayed still, and the Suppressors are retrieving Octarius Data. Okay, it's on to no psychic for either of us, obviously, so we'll come back after shooting. End of Salamander's shooting and end of turn because there's no charges. So it started badly in the sense that you hit and wounded well, but I saved everything for quite a while. Yeah. And then you finally got some wounds through and managed to get this guy down to 8 wounds and this armature down to 2 wounds. But it wasn't, I would say it still wasn't a great shooting phase because you fired a lot of melters didn't do anything. I rotated Iron Shield on this guy and he just saved everything. So it's not looking too bad.
Devastators did that.
Devastators did all the wounds on that. Yeah, did all the wounds on that, didn't they? And then this Attack Bike and the Laz did all the wounds to that armature. So yeah, that's what we're looking like. So it's got his one tally point for Octarius Data, and that's it. So now on to Knight's turn 1. Okay, Knight movement. Everything's like moved up, as you can see. A couple of advances. Sisters have all stood still. And I forgot that you rolled 2 qualities for him, so I rolled another quality. He's now got weapon skill 2, which is not great because he's now stuck by a building. But never mind. Let's do some shooting. End of night shooting and combat. In fact, shooting was horrific. I mean, for Salamanders it was. So I killed. Well, I'm not even gonna say who killed what in the end. Really, basically, I destroyed the Impulsor, and 2 guys died when they came out. Killed the Attack Bike. Killed the other Attack Bike. Killed the Infiltrators. The Land Speeder. The Razorback. There's all dead guys.
Dead pile. Yeah.
There's dead pile. And then this one charged in. Actually, didn't do very well. Hardly hit or anything. Only killed 1 guy and took 3 wounds in return. So this is kind of where we're at the moment. So I get 3 points to grind them down, 2 for engage, and more importantly, Phil's not on any objectives, so that's good for me. So yeah, that's it. That's where we're at. Take a shot I can see out, and it's on to. Oh, you got to do a leadership test for those 2 guys. We'll do that on camera. That's fine. Yep. They're all right. Okay, yeah. So on to Salamander's turn 2. Salamander's turn 2 movement. So the Eradicators and the Terminator Captain have appeared here. These guys have moved out of combat. Suppressors have moved over to get that objective. Dreadnoughts moved around. Land Speeders moved on from that side to get that objective. Devastators stayed still over here. Terminators have dropped in at the back. And the Interceptors have dropped in there. And the Interceptors are retrieving Octarius Data. And that is everything. Right, on to shooting. Okay, end of Salamander's turn 2. So much better shooting round. So these sisters are dead from shooting. Terminator didn't manage to do it. They were retrieving Octarius Data, but Phil paid 2 CP so they could still shoot, and they finished them off. What came around here? These guys fired at that, and they did a couple of wounds actually. Didn't do very well. The Suppressors fired at this armature and did a couple of wounds. The Las Fusils here finished off that armature. The Dreadnought fired at this empty space. No, the Warden didn't do anything, I think. Did a couple of wounds maybe.
Yeah,
the Attack Bike finished it off, and I paid 2 CP for Valiant Last Stand and killed the Attack Bike in return, which I was quite pleased about. And then the Devastators, which are still hiding in there, fired at that one, and they did all right. They did like 8 wounds, I think, on 10 wounds, I think.
Yeah, 10 wounds.
Like that. 10 wounds. So Phil will get another point on Octarius Data. And I think that's it, isn't it? What else do you have second, please? Titan Hunter. Oh, yeah, you'll get 4 points for Titan Hunter for killing that one, but you won't get any for Vital Ground. Oh, so you got some points on the table, and you kill a knight, so that's always a good thing, taking a knight out. Right, knight's turn 2. Turn 2, knight's movement. Armatures just stood still because it's on the objective. These 2 moved around a little bit, and those sisters have stayed still. They're not really doing anything now. They're just going to stand there. They're holding that table quarter actually at the moment. So actually, I have got an idea. I'm going to move them actually. I'm going to move them just in between those two bits of cover. Okay, put them in the cover actually. I'm going to come back and move them. I might put them in the cover so they've got a 2+ save then. End of Knights turn 2. 2 turns in. Armager didn't do much. I think he might have killed one Eradicator or do some wounds on Eradicator. This guy did well. He didn't manage to do any wounds on them. They suffered a wound from a bolter, I think. He killed one of these guys, I think. Well, he did actually. Actually, I don't think he did do that well. He did.
A couple of Devastators.
He killed a couple of Devastators, and he did kill one Eradicator, and I think he killed this guy as well. So he did bits and pieces of damage, but this one is the one that really finished everyone off. This one killed the Terminator with a heavy flame. When a multi-melter, your saving throws let you down again. Finished off the last Eradicator, killed the Devastators, and then charged the Suppressors and killed them. So this one by itself finished off 4 units, which is mad. I don't think he needs to do a leadership test for them because he lost 2. I think that'll be fine. So I got 3 points for grind it down, just almost to kill the Suppressors, and 2 points for engage. So on to Salamanders turn 3. Salamanders turn 3 movement. Dreadnoughts moved up to face off against that knight. These guys have moved up to claim the objective and fire on the sisters. Terminus have moved up and are retrieving Octavius data, and these guys want to kill an Armager. And obviously they've got stood still. Okay, on to shooting and probably some combat. End of Salamanders turn 3. Much better turn. Over here they killed all the sisters, except that there's just a Canoness hiding over there now. This guy managed to finish off the knight. What did I do? I did I shouldn't have done exploding. I should have done where I get to fight.
Yeah.
But never mind. Anyway, I did Overwatch and did a few wounds. He killed me in combat fairly easily, actually. I think he did a lot of wounds. I made myself explode on a 4+, which I did. Did a couple more mortal wounds on 6 wounds left. And then over here, these guys, I mean, the chaplain finished off, killed the Armager by himself. So Phil's got another 4 points for Titan Hunter, and he did that at the end, and he's got that 3rd Octavius data as well. So, I've got 1 model left and a Canoness over there who's going to stay hiding the entire game. Now, let's just see what this person, my Warlord, in fact, can do. So obviously very quick Knights turn 3. Didn't do. I took another 1 wound, which is quite cool. I managed to kill Dreadnought, which was very good. Thermal Cannon managed to get him, which is good. And I killed one of these guys, but didn't do very well against them. So I got 3 points on Vital Ground. I got 5 points by primaries, but Phil's about to start racking up some points now. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Coming at the end of Salamander's turn 4, because there's not much happening now really, but it was all just this end. Those guys fired at the Canoness and they did 1 damage. Went to combat and they did 1 damage. And then she did none in return. And that's basically it. So you know what the secondaries have you? Don't do retrieve, not done no vital ground. Well, you got that already. So that's it. Just on to me. So yeah, Knights turn 4. End of Knights turn 4. Canoness shot one of them in combat, which was amazing, and killed one with overcharged plasma pistol and killed one. And then basically this one was just brutal. Melter and Flamer killed those guys. Finished off these 2 with the Endless Fury and Thermal Cannon. And then over here, they managed to do 2 more wounds on the Canoness, and she did 1 in return. So very sparse all round. We may as well play the last turn now, might we? To see what happens. Yep. So yeah, Salamander's turn 5. So end of Knights turn 5. End of all turn 5 now. Obviously, it's the last end of it. So I moved this guy over to here to try and see if I could polish off the Terminators, basically, because if I could, I'd get more points on the primaries at the end. Managed to kill 3 of them, but basically whiffed the thermal cannon. I got more shots. I would have done alright. I should have rerolled the number of shots actually on the thermal cannon. So we realised we made a mistake on the primaries. You got 5 points for getting more than your opponent. So we thought back carefully and think that Phil gets 5 more. I think I get 5 more as well. So I apologise for that mistake. So we're not actually certain, unfortunately, whether these points are right or not. But I think I think they're right. It'd either be I get some more,
Yeah.
but I've won anyway. So the end score was Knights 49 and Salamanders 44. So it was a close game. I mean, that's not including painted bonus because we haven't included that one this time. So it'd be 59-54. But I think it's pretty good because I think you had a fairly decent anti-knight list, but you had also bought some stuff that wasn't specifically anti-knight.
Just new stuff on.
Just new stuff on. Yeah, like the Inceptors with assault bolters. I mean, they were good for killing sisters, which you knew I had.
Yeah.
But, and Terminators didn't really kill anything. But they did come on, retrieve terrorist data and take an objective. So, you know, they still got you points. And with the Dreadnought, it's only really good at killing knights in combat, which is exactly what it did.
Yeah, sort of weakened him up as he ran out.
Yeah.
Finished him.
But you had a lot of multi-melters, which didn't do as well as could have done, really. I mean, you know, I was doing what I had to do. I was killing melters. I targeted your melters in every single shooting phase. I got rid of your melters.
Just hoping the chaplain would take a knight on his own, but he didn't.
He didn't really get a chance to. He could have done a lot of damage to a knight if he'd got a chance. I mean, he killed that armager really easily. He could have done some serious damage to a knight. I mean, the Blade Guard didn't really do anything, but yeah, like you say, just new toys.
Well, they were just there to stand in front of the chaplain, really.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I mean, we were saying just a second ago before I started filming that if Phil's first shooting phase had gone better and he managed to take a knight out, which really, looking at statistically, you should have done with all the melters you were firing, then it would have made a very different game. The fact that I started my turn 2 going second with a full complement of knights was pretty horrible. I mean, my knight of the match is definitely this one, which has just killed an unbelievable amount of stuff. But I think both tanks, the suppressors, the eliminators, the Blade Guard, the Dreadnought, some other stuff, Devastators.
Whoever he looked at, really.
Whoever I think it's actually a she. It's a she. Whoever she looked at just annihilated. But yeah, it's fun. I enjoyed getting my knights out again. The having the FAQ where they count as more models for objectives helps definitely, because basically I wouldn't have held it instead of those suppressors. Well, I mean, I killed them, but things would have been different because if it hadn't been for that, your 2 eliminators would have held it instead of me in my turn 5, basically, or my turn 4, sorry, and things like that. So that definitely helped. And like the armature down here has obsec, so if I hadn't had that, the chaplain and the Blade Guard would have held it instead. So it would have made a big difference. That definitely helped knights out getting points. I need to get some more knights. I don't really want to run sisters in a 2,000 point list. I need to get some more armagers. That'll put me up to the right amount. But yeah, still good fun. Thanks a lot again, Phil. Much closer game than normal. It's usually a bit of a whitewash. So it was good. I'm glad it was a closer game. It felt sometimes we don't even get to turn 5. The fact that we played out turn 5 was good. So cool. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time.